That's beautiful. I just used the I just used that tea towel that was in the lounge room.
My hand towel.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys, to episode 2 or 1 or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah.
Cheers to the Zig-Zag, Chin-Wag.
Yeah.
So has everyone had a fucking little bit of listen to some fresh music this week? And
I have.
yeah,
Who's kicking us off? Who's kicking us off?
I'll kick us off.
Yeah, Timmy, kick us off.
I'll kick us off. Let me have a
Beautiful
sip.
day in what are we saying?
Beautiful day in the music world.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the music.
Have a sip of the red.
We've all had it. Can't have my hairy leg showing. Gotta keep my socks.
So,
Socks and cocks for the boys.
I've got this little number. I know we're going along the lines of UK influence, maybe Australian artists, but I've just gone flat stick fucking UK underground artist.
There's nothing
most
more.
Of his underground. Most of his songs he's only been releasing since about 2018. Most of his songs are less than 1,000 plays on Spotify.
Good, nice.
20 monthly followers.
Stop that.
But I think this is a fucking banger. This is just
20 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, just goes down the down the rabbit hole and comes out with.
Wow, dude! Please
gold.
play. Name of the guy?
Grinder.
Oh,
Still yet to find him on socials. Cannot find him.
Out?
I think so, but he's got an E before the R in this one.
Okay.
yeah.
He might swing both sides.
What is it? LGBHDTV.
LGBTQ HDTV.
Yeah.
You ready?
Shout out.
So the song that I have for today
Thank you.
is from his EP called Locust by Grinder, and this is Locust. I think that is absolutely fucking beautiful. Shout out Grinder, shout out the fucking hustle.
Grinder. Shout out 20 monthly listeners, bro.
Yeah,
You're fucking dominating. Unbelievable, dude. Yeah. What are we calling that? Is that jump up? That
I think it's very jump up. I think like it's an interesting genre, you know. Like there's so many variations of it, but to me, like literally that up and down. When you hear that, what do you think, Bill? Do you think?
Yeah, you can almost like call it like. Is there such a thing as like neuro DnB? Remember like neuro?
Yeah,
bass?
neuro trap and shit that had those real left field bass sounds. Yeah.
It's called like neuro DnB. I reckon.
Neuro DnB. I remember how many subgenres are there of DnB now, but I do like the name Neuro DnB. It is definitely a jump up though.
Yeah.
We should probably like get more educated on this. Like, that will come.
That will come along with it, and you're here for the fucking journey, so
You're
fucking
here to
buckle
watch
up.
us learn.
We will learn about drum and bass. No, I like that. It's very it's very good UK influence if it's a.
And I think
UK
it's just
artist.
crazy of someone like to me that sounds just as good as any mainstream jump up D&B artist. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
It just goes to show the depth of music that's coming out now, like we were talking about, like
the quality, bro.
Yeah.
The young guns.
Yeah, bro.
Are fucking crazy.
And also the amount of like, what do they say, 20 million songs released on Spotify a year. Like that is just the depth of just good people making good music out there.
And I think 2020 was a year where so many people didn't have a choice to go anywhere else, so they spent so much of their time, if you were in music, making music and researching and finding their own flavour, you know what I mean?
Also finding your way to distribute your music without having
exactly
a major
having
label.
The time too. Having the time, like, I think the time's the biggest thing, and like if you've got nowhere else to be, I know like here it was crazy. People were making like $750 a week to sit at home.
Yeah.
So they're like
and
making
do
as
whatever
much
they
as
want.
their full time job, and they can just lock themselves into a
100%.
room and like just learn everything.
Yeah. And the reality of it is now that promoting yourself and socials are so important and they're such an important part of pushing yourself and getting yourself out there, you know, like
socials are king now, bro.
Yeah.
Labels
Socials is a king, and also socials has taken the place of the label going to a radio station or going to someone and saying play my artist. Socials has now taken over that, and you can control how you need, like your branding or how you want to be seen, or if you're a piece of shit or if you're funny or if you're not.
And
like,
I think
you can display that on show for everyone rather than just sitting behind your label who are going to show it off for you.
But I feel like it'll open the door up to.
Both ways though, like what we were talking about with what was her name today? She wasn't allowed to release music until she'd done X amount of social stuff.
Halsey, yeah. Wasn't yet released a new song, but the label said not until that they can create a viral trend with that single. Will then she be able to release that song? Which
in itself is crazy because Halsey was a massive artist, still is obviously, but was a massive artist before the social media need.
Exactly.
So that would be like turning around to Drake and saying, Drake, we're not releasing any of your new tracks until you make it viral online.
But I think the point that those companies are trying to get at, and is what I read something a little bit today when we spoke about it, was I think labels as well, but social media companies and those tech companies want people and want artists to realize that they need them more than those companies need the artists.
100%.
You know what I mean? Unless it's relatable with
the days of the artists needing or holding on to, begging or doing whatever the label asks, it's now. The label needs that artist to be a presence on social media for them to even make money, because there's people out there with no label doing the marketing right and making it. But
I think it's opened the door to independent artists and people like having
which is great.
A high percentage of people having a crack at doing them themselves and maybe trying to crack through and break into the mainstream, being independent. You know what I mean? Where
It's doable now.
100%.
It's doable and it's being done. Like it has been done.
Well, look at TikTok, bro. Like it's literally it's free to play music. They only just started paying rights to music. I was reading an article today
on their app.
Through their app. That's crazy.
And obviously we are just talking about music, but that can be done in any. I feel like any industry. If you have a real good thing you are good at and you can display it somehow for people to get hooked to, you can do anything. Yeah. It is crazy how it's changed. And I think, like you were saying, and you guys both always say, is D&B online. Maybe it's just because we look at it more, but D&B on the Instagram or the TikTok where they're doing all the cutting, and I feel like is that the most popping genre on
D&B
socials?
Is probably I feel like that's probably the fastest. That would be, to me, I would pencil that in as the fastest growing
art
trend in relation to
like
music,
the actual
like
action of chopping and filming your decks and doing 100%.
Well, there's
100%.
And there's a new angle that they've just started doing that I've noticed with those guys that do like all those chops, like that Coco Jakin and like Titan and stuff, is now they've actually got an extra camera right on top of the deck, so you can actually see them chopping and what they're doing with the low end and all that sort of live.
So the only person I've ever seen do a set where they recorded themselves actually mixing was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, true.
Never ever seen it ever.
Sampology at Big Day Out 2013.
He did the same thing. He was a VJ as well. He used to mix his music syncs with all the visuals and shit.
He used to control visuals and do his mixing.
But that's very similar to Hot Dub. Hot Dub used to do that. Every track had a visual video represented to it. So when he mixed it in, and even when he say like scratched, the video would scratch. Yeah. I'm assuming
the settings. There's equipment that does that now, bro.
We can sync it all together.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, what's Record Box got? Soundstage or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that
the same thing? So what, you line up a visual to a song and then every time you play it...
Yeah, light shows and shit.
That's dope. That'd be killer. I know Quicks does a lot of that stuff. Quicks
OPO's doing all his own lighting and lasers and shit now as well.
On the fly?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think he pre-plans, I could be wrong, but I think he pre-plans his sets and designs the light show and triggers
so he always knows where he's queuing things in and everything like that. But I would think that's how a lot of your big festival sets would be done, like your EDCs and things like that. I would say a lot of them would be
pre-recorded sets.
Maybe pre-recorded, but without a doubt pre-planned, because they have everything synced up, like lights, drops, Or is that the light guy on the fly?
I think that would be. I don't know whether that would be the light. Like obviously your light techs are crazy.
They know what they're doing. Yeah.
Backstage production on that. Like,
they probably run down the sets.
They just get bars and be able to see when the songs are going to drop and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they'd love that sort of music.
And I guess
as well,
you do see that. You do see sometimes on a fake out drop they'll pump the NOS cannons or the NOS cannons or the fire and that. So you do see that. I guess. Yeah, right, killer. Yes, my
what do you got, bro?
So off of the Disclosure album Alchemy, really been getting heavily into their tape notes episode. So this is a huge reason why.
Shout out tape notes.
If you want to link up, fuck SoundCloud. It's called Simply Won't Do, and I'll just play it. It's fucking dope. I feel like a lot of Disclosure tracks off their early albums were like that 120, 124.
Going 135, 140.
But yeah, it's up over 130 now. I don't know if there's a track below 130, I could be wrong. But that's where I feel like music's headed, that quick hyper house sort of style with those, but like playful sounds like those synths and vocal chops and pads and stuff. I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know if you can make bass house at 135. Or maybe you could, but I feel like what bass house is that real chugging along.
Could that be a project could that be a challenge?
Quick bass house.
I feel like you need the space for it though.
Space for bass?
Space for bass. I feel like you need this. I don't know. I could be wrong.
The space for the bass sounds to breathe or whatever. Do you know what you mean?
Yeah, those move. Yeah, I feel like if you get above like with bass house, what's it normally like 122?
Well, I guess like even mid-tempo is a variation of bass house. I feel the 110.
So
I would say
move.
I'd say bass house is around that 122, 124.
Bass design has to be like
maybe 128.
Spacious, but it's not like with bass house. It's not big. Well, maybe there's like little sections like big stabs and stuff, but you need to have like that
offensive, aggressive.
Yeah, it just has to have movement. I don't know if there would be enough room at 135 to be like
to go that quick.
Because your kick's always going to get in the way, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe,
I don't know. We'll try it one day.
Yeah,
100%. We'll come back.
Little challenge for the future. I think.
I do see that's where music's going at the moment, and you can see I feel like there might be an Australian scene of variations that like you look at say
come up or like are you
like right now like I'm feeling like shout out Need the Freak and Little Fritter and all that. I feel like they have a certain sound that is say modern trance. I feel like it's a kickback to like be my lover, wanna be my lover. Yeah, you know that like real 90s. And that was all 135. That was all like one, like and like real like synthy stuff like quick music. Or like if I feel like in like you know like even Sunshine by Dario G that way That's not the track I'm thinking of. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's like 130, 135. Like, I feel like that's where we're going back to. Yeah.
Do you think we're going like 90s disco vibe?
I feel like we've got one, maybe not the whole everything.
Nah.
Like, there is definite still, but I feel like the house scene sort of thing, or what is, I guess, say more underground, but still popular enough. Like, there's obviously underground and everything, but I feel like you probably wouldn't walk down to like a mainstream bar and hear it, but like I feel like that next come up of what is cool in club music is that.
Do you think like fashion and music have like a massive correlation when it comes to what's coming in and what's trending? You know, I feel like if you look at like style now, what's coming around the mainstream is like that UK old school UK rave, like bum bags. your
Like
satchels, your more,
Adidas trackies,
yeah,
sort of
your more
thing, whatever.
trackies, your more sort of like your more tighter fitting sort of stuff, but not necessarily what they stereotype now. It's like Eshe or Lad, you know what I mean?
it's just
And then
that
you can see music is
style,
coming that
yeah.
way as well, you know, like it follows it. Do you think it has a correlation or?
Yeah, of course it does.
I
Yeah.
feel 100%, and I do feel like the 90s is back now.
Yeah,
In
100%.
many a way, is like,
Yeah.
and it's weird because I'm a 90s kid. I think are you 90s kids?
Late 90s, 97, baby.
92, man. So I still kind of vaguely
Fucking old
remember.
fucker.
Still fucking. Oh no, yeah. What am I doing here? No, yeah. Yeah, I still kind of vaguely remember the 90s. You know what I mean? And those early. Yeah, it is. I don't remember the music. Obviously, I wasn't clubbing or anything at fucking 8 years old, but I did used to party. No. Yeah, it's yeah, 100% is coming back, and that's
Yeah.
why I reckon the 90s disco-y trance whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would come back from.
And it's more Euro as well, because that was Euro
Yeah.
pop as well, I guess, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that is UK's Euro. You know what I mean? like, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say like, to me, like the fashion comes from the artists.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
and I
if
guess
the
what,
artists are popping,
Yeah.
and they're wearing like, because you know,
especially
yeah.
That's so true. I didn't actually fucking think of that. That's
especially if
fucking
they
great
have a
point,
massive
mate.
following. If they have a massive following, it's the same as like anyone. You
Oh,
kind
you
of
saw it, like,
gravitate
you saw
to
it,
be
like,
like them
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And you saw it in MTV and shit like that.
Yeah,
When the
like,
fucking MTV shit
yeah.
was going through, and you had like Soulja Boy and shit, and then next thing you know, everyone had like the
Fucking tall tees, wearing
No,
like baggy
those
jeans.
glasses,
fucking glasses, yeah. That's right.
Ray-Ban, like Ray-Ban shoes.
Yeah.
And shit.
And real metro like
Yeah, those
metro sort of
Y2K,
thing. Yeah.
like
The
Y2K
canvas shoes and all
Yeah,
that shit.
100%, bro. Going to Paddy's
yeah.
Markets down in Sydney, fucking spending $100 on
yeah.
Five pairs
Different
of
pairs of Ray-Ban.
yeah, fucking different colours and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely they control, not control, but they definitely have a say, don't they? Yeah.
What do you got, Bill?
Bill, what you got for us
Oh,
this week?
yeah.
mate?
Show us, baby.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm up.
Hey, boy. This is Ted,
I
everyone.
have
Go away.
a track. You can sit there, bro. I have a track. It is called Catalyst. It's by Drolo and Imanu.
Ooh.
Cholo Manu.
This is
Drolo
not. Is this
and
new?
Imanu. I'm not sure actually. I'll have a look. Came up on my radio the other day.
I feel like I'm familiar with this song.
It's one of my favourite opening tracks, by the way. I think I might have opened your party with this.
I would have, if you didn't, I'm now offended.
It was released this year, so it is new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's 2023, baby.
It was the end of February, but
Doesn't matter. It's been a big year.
Doesn't matter.
it's been a fast.
It has been a quick year in my life.
But also a great year.
Not great year. No, that's not what I
It's a bit of a long intro here. It drops away and then.
percussion say.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good track.
It sits in that like nice
It's like, the UK garage flair in there.
Yeah, so that's my track.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good track, hey. I could just lay there and fucking just
Sleep.
trip out on acid to listen to that, hey.
Yeah, very good track.
Don't do acid, kids.
Yeah, only took after 18. Drolo?
Drolo and Imanu.
Big fan of a lot of old Drolo stuff. Is that Bitbird? That's San Holo's label?
Let's have a look. I don't know. I haven't. I should actually do a bit more research into
So I can just
the
cut this,
background of those.
and cut this out. Get straight into it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah. I
Let's have a
feel
look.
like it is Bitbird, hey. And Drolo, I listened to his album, fucking, his last album, and he had some really good tracks, and I can't remember any of them, but they're really good.
Record label Bitbird. Yeah.
Bang. San Holo's, hey, just listen to his new album that came out.
He did a track with Oh, how's this? What's so not didn't even know.
Yeah, and I saw the post where he was on New Zealand or something with his dad.
He didn't even know. He just heard his song.
And he filmed it. He filmed it in the. He was in the clothes store or something. Yeah, he filmed it, and he thought someone leaked his track. Little did he know, San Holo releases, buddy.
How good.
Unbelievable, man. That was a dream label for me at one point. Hey, Bitbird.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He likes to go as the optimistic nihilist.
Optimistic nihilist. Who's that, Jolo?
Yeah, forever under construction.
Oh my god.
That's his Spotify.
What are you getting?
Little Spotify buzz.
Do you want to get those 6 beers out of the freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, rightio, back to it.
Jolo's off. You done with your song?
Yeah, I'm done with my song. Yeah, 100%.
Good track.
Yeah.
Do we have any like fucking favourite artists that we're seeing coming up through the ranks, or anybody that's sort of poking out distinctively to you that you guys want to maybe have like an early prediction for the next maybe 12 to 18 months? Going to make a bit of a breakthrough in Australia.
As Australian artists?
Australian artists. I
like that.
In the EDM scene, like, let's have a little prediction here.
I always got my money on KYB.
Bro,
Always got my money on
but
KYB.
I don't see him for like, as in personally see him or online. I don't see anything about him for so long to the point where I go, fuck, I wonder if KYB's still making tunes. And then next one he'll just be like, yeah, here's an official release on Dr. Fresh's record label. And you're like, what the fuck? Or here's Lucy the Alien playing on my track, a bloody Ultra, or just some. And I'm like, wow. And then he's been posting snippets lately of remixes and shit, and he's like, yeah. Do you speak to him at all?
Yeah, I speak to him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, keep little tabs, but I'm trying
I listen to his music heaps, so I'm always up to date with his fucking
He's
music.
fucking good, man.
KYB, Shout out KYB.
Yeah, I can see him like fucking playing like Shaq's Festival one day, like up alongside like Ray Volpe and shit like that. Fuck Keizo, even Keizo.
He loves Volpe,
fucking mate, wow.
Yeah,
that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
But I back it big time. But do you think Australia's ready for him?
I don't think Australia's ready for anyone like that.
That's true. That's
why
true.
they-
And I think that's
why
what makes it
everybody says-
special.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think he's bigger than Australian music right now. Like,
Yes,
and
yes.
He's you know.
He's not doing as much as Blank was before he left Australia, but I feel like production wise, he's on Blank's level before Blank left Australia. He was playing quite a few gigs around here, and he was getting good tracks released on good labels overseas. But then they just like Zed's Dead just picked him up, moved him overseas, and said,
"This is in the US now. Just fucking.
We're gonna fucking just invest in you." And then he did a DMB. He did his DMB side project, Eon Mode, AEON mode. Yeah. Sorry, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Blank Aeon. Yeah,
Blank,
he has
yeah.
that. Oh my days, he's got that crazy remix of Ray Volpe's Laser Beam. Bro.
Yeah.
That is the Blank Aeon. Oh my god, that is fucking
Aeon Mode,
insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Do you know he did a whole project for that when he was on lockdown or quarantine? So he did 14 days in a hotel room. It's just on his Bandcamp. The album's called The Hotel Room Number, and he did 14 tracks. I made a track every day. Finished it.
I think I come across that. I feel.
And it's real, not liquidy, but it's real. It's not heavy, in your face shit. It's obviously what he was going through in the hotel.
The type of shit you listen to for
making
12
a hotel.
hours.
Yeah. Still be okay with your ears.
Yeah, 100%.
KRB's a real good guess. Or pick, I reckon.
Who you got, Joey?
That's fucking a good question, man. I was trying to think on
even like mainstream and like even if it's Aussie mainstream or not, you know what I mean? If they're played on the Jays or whatever, like
he's already been there and blown up, but it's like Pool Club I feel is gonna go again. Like I know he's already big. He runs his own label and he's used to be Danny T and I don't know. Shout out Pool Club, but and his label Love Club. But he just did 2 tracks. His last 2 singles is where he sampled he did a Fred Again sort of style where he sampled a radio interview or a Instagram interview, and they're not direct copies of Fred Again. They've still got Pool Club style to it, but I feel like he's really tapped into that. What is popular with that, and they've both been high rotation on Triple J.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's gonna probably break out of Australia soon. But small artist, I don't know. Yeah, you go.
I've got a few, but I feel like my favourite that I think someone who deserves it as well is Memphis LK.
Bro, her little videos on Instagram are so dope.
Yeah,
the little push pad.
It's the little bedroom, it's beautiful. And the thing is like I think she grew up in Melbourne, so she grew up in like Melbourne CBD, and like I listened to this thing about her talking about how she would like go to bed at night time and she'd just hear like these filthy kicks going at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and she's a self-taught producer, singer, and writer and DJ. Yeah. She's completely self-taught, and I just think that like that drive behind her and like the way she puts out her music, it's like nothing else. And I think her drum and bass flavor that she puts, like her flavor to drum and bass she does, especially in Australia, is really, really, really going to be like the next big thing in the next 12 to 18 months. I saw she supported Hayden James up at Fortitude Music Hall. She was amazing, bro, and she just has a sick stage presence. Well? Played live, played the flute. Like, it was fucking insane, bro. She's all self-taught. Like, that's my prediction.
There's so many people that would default. There's so many people in that situation. I feel like that would probably make everything, but then they default to just being a front man or a front woman, letting people play it.
Pretty sure it's her and All Day Chubby Boy.
Maybe you saying that
partners,
as well. Yeah. She's cool. She's been popping up on my Graham lately, playing a little pads. Yeah, that's great. Cool. That's great. Cool.
Predictions. Let's see.
Bang.
Yeah.
We'll touch base back in 12 months.
I do like that as an idea for a prediction for every episode and a song for every episode. Not every one, but yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's very good. Are we going to talk about this UK influence?
Whoa! Ding 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 ding. Are you ready?
I think coming from Australia, I think we should talk about the lack of Australian influence,
or the how.
What is this? Yeah.
Or the how Australian artists get skewed so much by these influences.
No, well, the Australian audience.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? There was in 2022 there was 280-ish top tracks in the Billboard top 50, or in our ARIA top 50.
Yeah.
And 22 of them were Australian.
Yeah, it's passe, but this is ARIA talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that's kind of a reflection of
the greater public of what they listen to.
Yeah.
What if you think of what would be Australia's biggest radio station? Let's say
Triple J.
Well,
Triple. Oh nah, I'm thinking surely it's like your Novas.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like Jackie, like Kyle and Jackie O, so 96.5.
Surely it's your Novas and those whatever they are. Sorry.
But I think Triple J have just got reach as the ABC network, I think.
It's government funded, isn't it? But the main point I was getting there is, like, say your real commercial radio stations in Australia, what do they play? They play the biggest artists from America, the biggest artists from around the world, and
they're still playing like Lude and stuff though. Like,
but how much of their percentage is Australian music to the essence of not your big?
I would say 10%.
I can't even think of real commercial Australian artists like say.
Well, you got like in outside of the electronic scene, you got like Ocean Alley,
like Jack River. You've got the Murlocs. You got King Gears. You got DMAs. You got like Coda Banks. Even like EDM. You got like Nina Geraci, Ebony Badu.
Yeah. Would you still put Kid Laroi in that outside?
That's a touchy subject, and I read a lot online about that sort of stuff. And I think the Kid Laroi definitely still like.
He's still Australian,
100%, bro. Like he still pays homage to where he grew up. Like he grew up from fucking nothing, and like I remember that first episode when he was on fucking No Jumper with with that Adam dude, and like they just went through the streets of Western Sydney, bro, and just had like guys following up. They were just playing a little t-shirt store, 30 people rocked up, and like that video online got like 30 million views, like hitting the international scene. Like, I think like that was a massive turning point in Australia for like music just in general. And I think that like he was a pick from the industry. I think he was the perfect model for international labels to take someone from Australia and still have them connected to Australia and still have that reach in Australia.
And he got the
but be on an international level.
Early. Like he got the shout from Skrillex early.
Bro,
got him just into this
hanging with Justin Bieber, he did. You know what I mean? Like it was massive.
Who was I'm terrible with names. Who was the kid that was on with little T-Pain?
Mason Dane, bro. Fucking Mason Dane, like that stuff. He was just on Twitch, you know what I mean? Like I remember, I think how that started. T-Pain was just on Twitch, and like Aussie people were just following, going like he was just wanting to delve into Aussie music, mate. Saw like 1-4 and all that sort of stuff, and he come across Mason Dane, Newcastle boy.
Yeah.
Flew him over.
Yeah,
Been
you
mate,
got a
they
full
released
shout out and
2
everything.
songs now. Something they did a few Twitch streams together,
I've
and
seen Mason
man,
Dane
Mason
release
Dane's still underrated. I think. Hey,
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like he had that peak, not 15 minutes of fame, but that real in the spotlight, and then I haven't heard from him.
I think the
since.
other thing is like it's not like this is just like being a bit savage about it and stuff, but it's not like a marketable look.
no.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kid Laroi's got his indigenous stuff going for him and stuff like that. Like not writing it off or anything.
No,
not
no.
like writing
No,
off
no,
his
he's
talent,
saying.
but
I know
like
what you're saying.
you got a chubby white Aussie dude that's like
Which sucks in
making
itself.
sick-
Which
yeah,
sucks in
but it's
itself.
like it's
that
a reality,
whole.
bro.
That,
It's like-
it's
It's
without
what's
that
marketable and what's not.
yeah,
You know.
and you look at them like
But what pays?
even
Who
incredible-
buys? What sells? Really,
But I
isn't
think
it?
I think
the
also
music sells.
The music
But
is
at
the
same
thing that
time,
sells.
bro, you can't throw the
But
throw
you
the
can't also
person-
say that as well, because look at like no
Yeah.
disrespect. Look at like Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah, but that's like to me.
Beautiful voice. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know what he looked like for so long, and I saw a photo of him. Like, wow, is that like no
To me,
disrespect?
that's different.
Like,
To me, that's
it's a raw talent.
he had friends. He's friends with people in the industry as well. Like he's always sung. He's
But he's crazy.
he's amazing. You know. Like,
unbelievable.
The
Far.
songwriting and stuff's great. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good like. That's just That's a different.
I know you can't compare Mason Dane to Lewis Capaldi, but I'm just meant like the look of.
Yeah.
But Mason's also like that American style of hip hop as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That a bit of auto tune, and I'm telling you, I don't think. In Australia, I don't think that's what people want anymore. Like you see all these
There
other
was a
people that are
brief
coming
window
up.
where it
Yeah,
was,
100%,
yeah,
100%.
100%. No,
But
100%
I think,
with you. 100%
I think
with
the
you.
UK has already influenced crazy, like where people already want that grime, that like boom bap sort of style of like that real drill sort of music. That's what people in Australia want. They want that like, yeah, I think that's why you see so many of the fucking Polynesians now like absolutely popping
Yeah, 100%.
in Australian music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they're embedded here, eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them coming through. Yeah, you definitely notice it. I feel like all forms of music, and I feel like you can always tell with just what is slightly mainstream but slightly crossover. Like how many tunes now of like just I can't even think of a singer, but say just a popular semi big commercial chick singer with a slight drum and bass beat behind it, or that slight sort of the production's gone from what might have been R&B, like say. Amy Shark and stuff like that.
I was just about took words right out of my mouth.
So
I
Amy
think
Shark used to have that real trappy, almost not trappy, but like hip hoppy
bro.
R&B sort of production underneath her, and now those same people would have D&B or a jungle and you can always sort of tell. And back when sort of Flume was the main thing, they had future bassy style production underneath them. You know, there's a lot of Nicole Miller tracks with actual drops in them with future bass synths and that like.
Yeah, I mean, you can go like Shawn Mendes and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, and he had stitches and stuff like that. Like that's a trap beat underneath that.
100%, but it's
like,
just a commercial pop singer singing on top of it, which is
to fit the mainstream narrative.
That's how you
music,
can see. That's how you can see sort of what the underground trends have been, because they'll slowly become at like, I guess, baddest of them all.
Yeah.
Real heavy. I know she's probably from the UK, but that's hell UK influence in our charts. It was number one for ages here. Like,
even Peggy Goo. That's very UK influenced, her sound.
Like,
and she's
Korean.
Yeah.
But she lived. Who was telling us the other day, Rio? So she lived over in Europe for a long time, where she sort of cut her.
Yeah, but she would have been in Europe, but she's still UK influenced. Like,
Oh, without a doubt, and I still feel there's a heavy UK influence.
well, she's a raver, bro.
in Europe. You know what I mean? They're just across the. They were part of Europe for so long, and they're just across the pond, sort of thing. So like, all those European festivals that were heavily filled with UK artists. Just think how much drum and bass has been on, or garage, or like a massive influence. That's why I feel like the UK and Europe sometimes gets bled into one. Like I always feel, looking back to like Euro house or Euro dance, that's UK influence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So how long has it been happening for? And I guess just back to the first question of Australian influence. Do we copy? Two questions. Is there a massive UK influence now in American music?
Mm-hmm.
And do Australia just copy America?
Ooh.
I think there is a massive.
I don't think Australia copies America anymore.
No, I don't think we do.
No, it's
I
America
don't
copy us.
I think Australia, and this is the most amazing thing, and I think this is why like Australia doesn't have its own like cultural music identities, because Australia itself doesn't have an identity. We're so multicultural. And you look at all the music that is being released. We have like Afro influence. You've got like
literally every genre.
It's just we've got every single thing you can think now. And I think that now people are starting to realise that it is so wide, and there's such a massive variety that it's giving people the opportunity to explore so many different genres, which will then make, I think Australia in the next maybe 10, 15 years will become a massive hub for Australia in live events. I think because we will have like a massive surge in artists, and because it's so multicultural, you'll have all those different like blends and collaborations from artists from different countries and stuff. That's just what I think.
One question with that is that also why we maybe struggle to have one dominant scene across the board,
100%.
or even one thriving scene in each area, or multiple thriving, because we are so multicultural and so different, so many influences. And your grandparents from here and your grandparents from here, so you're always going to take from that. Is that now a hindrance on our going out life, or on our club life, or on our scenes? Like, I mean, like you can look at Perth and say Perth has a really good drum and bass scene, but you could probably look at, say, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And say
Melbourne's
it doesn't.
techno scene.
Exactly,
really
Melbourne
good.
is just techno.
Yeah,
That is exactly.
But
what
the
it is.
east coast of Australia's got a pretty just trap. Like I would just call it like a trash pop house scene.
Yeah, I feel like if you, unless you're getting big headliners and big names.
Yeah, but if you go out on a regular night, like if you go out on a regular night to the biggest clubs on the east coast,
what are they
they're
playing?
all
Sorry,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not like talking about scene wise, but
no,
100%. There's not. I don't feel as though there's specific venues that are like your go-to places in the major cities on the east coast that have a unique scene that they're cultivating and that they're pushing through. So I think that's where like the greater culture is suffering, because like you can't, on the east coast you can't go to a busy club that plays drum and bass or trap or techno or like whereas like Melbourne's got like Revs and stuff, which is like the hub.
That's
the hub of Australia.
You know what it's going to be when you go there.
Yeah. And you're going to go there, and you know what you're going to get, and you're going to have a sick time, and you're going to leave there at, you're going to go to Breakfast Club and then leave at fucking midday on a Monday.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what you're getting yourself
into. Exactly. But like, I just don't think that there's anyone on the East Coast that's really pushing a scene that's popular that you can go in and be like, okay, like, I know I'm not going to hear music that I am familiar with, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like,
you'll more get people that are going places just because they want to know what's playing.
Yeah.
And that's where you get a top 40 bar or a big room house bar or something. Yeah. That's definitely killing it as well, because if you get a scene of people that just want to go to a D&B night, probably can't start without a semi headliner.
I think it's just a matter of consistency, and someone needs to be willing to have a short term loss for a long term game kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be one of those things where you just have to literally stick to your guns and be like, this is
what we're playing.
This is what we're playing.
This is what we're going to be known for.
And this is, and then the cultural kind of cultivate around that in terms of people.
We'll get people talking, saying there's a C&B event somewhere, or this whatever chancellor or something.
They're always one-offs, bro. Like they're always one-offs.
Exactly, or once a month, once every couple of months. Yeah.
I suppose
we need to fucking do something about that. Let's.
There is that new Byron D&B look like they're doing pretty good stuff.
They haven't fucking had Bad Boy Bill, man.
I know.
What the fuck? Can we fucking talk on that? Fuck me.
Someone needs to email.
That's fucking.
Byron D&B. Book Bad Boy Billy.
You fucking want to have a talk with his manager? Well, we're about to come roll through that shot and John Wick the fuck out of that shit. Talking to Quendo. Talking to you this weekend, Quendo.
I think bloody 420 run it, haven't they?
Yeah, 420 sound.
Now that's the old reggae night, bro. That was fucking one of the best nights in town, dude.
Yeah.
The old Ginger Pig. Do you mind if I puff you, Bad Boy?
Mate, go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, I just had the weirdest realisation. I thought I was just off topic. Cracked this expecting it to be a ginger beer, and in my brain that was completely going to be a ginger beer, and I had a sip of it, and it obviously wasn't a ginger beer. It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. My brain completely was tricked. My mouth knew it wasn't, and I just the receptors just weren't sending, and I was so confused. Hey, I was so confused.
They have been in the cupboard for a long time, and I realised the off date is it's still in date, 25th of next month. So I've never seen a beer so close to.
Yeah, what's going on, Better Beer?
Does it get stronger?
Yeah, we're pissed.
Fermenting to perfection.
Yeah, was it cupboard aged?
Yeah.
Cupboard aged.
In Tonga we call that hoppy.
Hoppy.
Fermented.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Doing a Tonga news segment.
But yeah, as I was saying, Joe and I just mentioned before that Listen Doubts this Saturday.
Listen's out this. Imagine if we were going to that.
Mm.
Oh, that's so close. I wish I have as well. If you want to give us free tickets.
I'm spewing about the Clash though. Like, I just want to get that up. Can we just get that up?
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Let's just get that up and have a little look,
Clash
because
is
I think
ridiculous.
that's
That's what you get for a one-day festival with fucking 7 headliners.
Stacked.
Good lineup as well. We're not complaining about how good the lineup is.
a great lineup. There's a
Great
weird
lineup.
little
But do you just go 7 sets on the main stage? Here's your 7 headliners from 2:00. Or are you fucking risking?
That's a big play, isn't it?
But
Because,
bang. But then you got every other stage. Just
but then you may as well not have other stages.
You may as well just have 7 people on the line.
who does that? Does Field Day do that?
What's that?
2 stages, one here.
Yeah, one after the other.
Goes
Big Day Out
bang,
used
like-
to do it. Big Day Out used to do it.
Just go back and forth.
I
Yeah.
think Field Day does it.
But there's a weird little segment I noticed in the Listen Out time sets for Brisbane, where in between Fortet and Skrillex there's like a little gap. Do you think it's Fred again?
Mysterious.
Bro, and there's still people fucking saying it online that he's coming, hey.
Well, there was I'm not going to divulge my sources, but there was
I love a good
someone
sauce.
within the industry.
Can I guess?
I know who it
We're not
is.
allowed to we don't disclose our sources.
Okay.
The Chin-Wag does not
Yeah.
disclose
Not at all.
our
Yeah,
sources, but that Fred again was confirmed for Melbourne, but not other shows.
Yeah, I heard that too, and I just don't think they could. Sorry,
Do we?
you can't do that.
No, but do we wait until Melbourne pops and then, like, see how many people wig out about it, and then the uproar if he's not at any other show?
Mate, it's gonna go fucking
no,
buck
Is
wild.
Melbourne last?
No, Melbourne is first.
No, isn't it Perth and Brizzy this week?
No, I think it's Melbourne then Brisbane. I'm pretty sure. It's Melbourne first, then Brisbane.
Let's get this shit up, bro.
I'm sure of it. Why can't I not find the set times for Brisbane, bro? If they did, you can't do that. There's local chicks from here that have bought tickets to go down to.
Oh shit!
We got Perth and Brisbane this week.
Is it Perth and Brisbane this week?
Perth and Brisbane this week. And then we got Melbourne last, bro. So I reckon he's just coming for the last one, dude.
That would be off it.
And then nobody can really say anything because it's like the last one.
Yeah, it's like a special closure.
Or it's Melbourne, Sydney. It's Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney. 2 weekends.
Well, if so, fuck that. And fuck Fred for doing that, if so. And you stole your fucking sample from the Kite String Tangle too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
String tangle.
Use the same sample.
Use the same sample, bro.
And Fred got it cleared before Kite String Tangle could.
I didn't know anything about that.
For the Kite String Tangle song, is it None?
Yeah, we're calling you out. No, we're not.
Nah, we love you, Fred. Yeah, bro. Fuck, he made a full video on a guy from the Kite String Tangle, like fully spewing, eh? Like,
Get it up.
yeah, get the video.
Why? Because he was.
Watch the-
he-
No, it's not.
he-
He's not taking a full dig. He was.
He's
saying
not
that-
taking a full dig because I think he respects him, but at the same time,
he
I
was
think
just
he's
pointing
gutted.
out that he did.
He's just gutted, bro. He's gutted, man. Like, listen and watch the video. Awesome.
How long ago was that?
At least you get a real insight into how my day. You've been hearing the Again stole my sample. Well, not really. Back in 2017, I wrote this Again stole my sample. Well, not really. Back in 2017, I wrote this track called North, and I used a sample by this artist. In music, when you use a sample of another song, it's got to be approved by whoever owns the master. After 3 years of countless efforts and email threads to get the sample cleared, we didn't. But one person we did manage to get hold of was Billy Ray Martin herself, who so kindly gave us a re-recording of the vocals for us to use. And North was released. I was so excited to play it at live shows and hear the crowd singing this sample back to me. It's 2021 and Fred again drops a fresh new track. The title looks kind of familiar. The song sounds kind of familiar. Oh well. And that's the story of how...
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I
But did he use that? Did he use the original sample or did he use the North sample?
The original sample, he got it cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Discrimination within the industry, man.
yeah.
You got to
Fred-
know
but Fred can get
who you
shit
know.
clear. Fred got heaps of stuff clear. Fred's got unbelievable, like, the amount of samples.
Fuck,
he's got
I'm
cleared is
spilling, I'm not
crazy.
saying Skrillex, but like going back
Money
to like
talks, bro. Money talks.
Yeah. Well, I just no, I wouldn't even think of it. I don't even know if it would be that much money. Obviously, it's money, but like, that's just who it is. Which generates
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so the clashes for Listen Out Brisbane, where we were going to be going this weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So let's all have a little look. I'm gonna say what I think. Massive clashes. You can pass my phone around if you
Okay.
need to.
Okay.
So first off, we've got Piri clashing with Mallrat and Floridus earlier on in the day. 3 different stages.
Wow. So
Piri's like that up and comer. She has such a sick flavour. Hey, pretty sure it's a female. Don't hold
even
me
for
to it.
like my taste, Mallrat and Flotus
Yeah,
clashing is fucked. I'd have to go to Flotus.
and then you've got Floridus also in the same clash with Wongo back to back Little Fritter and Mallrat as well. All
Yeah.
clash each other. And then
And
you've
what time
got
are we talking here? What time's the day?
we're talking fucking 2 o'clock in the
Yeah, so we're
afternoon.
days off to a shit. We're already shit.
And then you've got
indecisive.
We're already shit. Yeah.
and then you've got one
Cooked and indecisive.
and then you've got Wongo back to back Little Fritter clashing with JPEG Mafia, but then also clashing with Young Franco. And then you've got Young Franco clashing with Veen B and RD. RD's of like sick UK rapper. It just has that new song.
I'd have to be a VB though out of them, but maybe
100%.
Not,
But then RD's got that new song with Chasing Status and Headaches, bro. Liquor and cigarettes, bro. It's beautiful.
I'm cooking shit. Yeah.
But then VB pretty much completely clashes the whole time with Kenny Beats.
Oh man! Oh, he's doing a killer after party, by the way.
And then Kenny Beats clashes with Mark Rubelet and Spinal.
Oh wow!
And Giotti clashes with Fortet and Metro Boomin. Fortet and Skrillex both clash with Friction.
Oh,
Like, just
man.
have a look at that. Like,
Can
just
you
have a look
navigate
at
your way
that.
around that to see like 30 minutes of?
And it
what
wouldn't
a
be
shit
fun, bro,
day,
because you think about, say, over the day, you
miss a
change.
song you wanna see
It takes
as
you
well.
5 minutes to see 10 different artists. That's nearly an hour. That's 50 minutes of time that you've lost just walking from artist to artist. So if you really think about it, if you put that over all those artists that you wanted to see, you'd take like a good 10 minutes off seeing each artist.
100%. And then you'd miss something. You wouldn't see.
No, you'd miss something filthy.
Yeah.
You'd see. Yeah, you wouldn't be happy about it.
So this brings the big question. When they put up like crappy lineups with like two
Mate, that's a great point.
And you're like, oh man, listen now,
a
doing
great-
a shit lineup, man. They're bringing like 2 headliners and all these other guys,
There's always
and then you
gems
see a
in
stacked,
those,
and you see a stacked lineup,
And that's what.
and you go, this is a killer lineup. But then, you go to this. So would you rather see just say that lineup, but with just 2 of those people or 3 of those people, so you're going to see all of their sets?
But then again,
I'd like to say-
you're up against the fact that you're paying. What was this now? $300?
Yeah.
You're paying $300 for a
200 on it.
No, it's 260 fourth release.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, so let's say $250.
Yeah.
So you pay,
260 for a day festival.
yeah, but you're paying that. If you only have 1 or 2 headliners, people don't see the value in that when you can go watch that headliner for $60 at a club.
Yeah.
You can buy a ticket at
yeah.
an event to a club.
Yeah,
and
so
they'll
they're
have a
selling,
couple
the price
you know?
of it.
Yeah, well, it's like next weekend up at the Met. You've got Andy C, Mosey.
Do you know
Crossy.
Saturday night at the Met is Friction?
Mm.
Yes, I did know that as well. And then the week after,
Kenny Beats is playing somewhere else in Brisbane.
and then the week after that, you
They'll
got
make their money
Boo
off the-
and Bass Tripper.
Wait, that's man.
Like
why
it's
is there
just,
so much?
it's,
Yeah.
and that's like I'd rather spend. With a few mates, you'd spend $100 each on an Airbnb for the night. Go up there and get absolutely fucking blind and have the most amazing time and go see
The person you want to see.
Yeah, see 4 amazing artists one after each other. You're not going to miss any of them. You know what I mean? And you know it's going to be full hype. And I think that's what this side of the East Coast and New South Wales is missing, is having those venues that are willing to go. What you were saying, you know, what we're talking about before, going that full pelt genre and being consistent with it. You know, like the Meta's starting to throw crazy parties now for D&B. I think they're going to be a big pioneer on the East Coast for drum and bass. So.
They've had I know the Coco room, the second room of the Met. They've always had good D&B up there.
Yeah. Well, I put us on the guest list. So we're gonna check my emails. Put us on the guest list for the Boo gig. What's up, motherfuckers? It's been another episode here. It's been a beautiful day in the music world. Thanks for listening to the Zig-Zag Chin-Wag with your boys, Bad Boy Bill, Joey Tuckshop, and Fob T. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at the Zig-Zag Chin-Wag. See you later, motherfuckers. Fuck on.
I'd be cool just having that. I'd be cool just having that.